UFOs, extraterrestrials, the gray, little green men, or as I love to call them, space boys. Howdy folks, welcome to another episode of Phenomena, the show where I, your ghostly host, with the most, will choose a topic in the fantasy, horror, and or sci-fi genres that I find interesting, ask a few questions about them, and try to answer my own questions. Then after that, I hand them over to you, and you guys can answer my questions in the comments, or you can ask me questions. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And then we just have a blast. Strap in and come with me on a journey into space today. So, aliens. I kind of want to change it up. I kind of want to do some more sci-fi. I don't just talk about horror. I love horror. Horror is like my favorite genre, but I'm also a big sci-fi nerd. We'll talk more about fantasy stuff later. There's a lot to talk about in that genre in and of itself, but sci-fi first. The big standard creature, being, force in certain cases that pops up in a lot of sci-fi films, right? We all know about aliens, but in case some of you don't know what an alien is, I got you. We good? Alright, awesome. Records and, talk of extraterrestrial life and all that stuff has been around for ages. It's been around for so long. I'm not about to go into a bunch of history about it. You guys know what I'm talking about. So, what is its function, really? That's kind of what the questions that I have are about. But I don't want to think too deep about it. I think we should just have some fun. Drop a little bit of knowledge, but also keep it light. But before we get into the first question, I do want to say thank you to all of you wonderful subscribers out there. I just hit 51 subscribers, and while that may seem small to someone on the outside, that means a lot to me. It's a big thing to me to know that there are a lot of people out there who like watching me talk about random nerdy stuff. So thank you very much, and I'll make sure to keep up the good work, and we'll have some more fun in the future. Now, moving on. First question. Do you think that aliens are still a relatable topic in today's media? To me, I don't really think so. Not anymore, because now aliens have kind of wormed their way into the superhero genre. Aliens were a huge popular sci-fi spectacle, like, in most of film history. Doing a lot of research on this and then rewatching a lot of old sci-fi films and also like modern stuff like 2000s and up, it's kind of like really interesting to see how much work and effort a lot of people put into like making an original alien film. I'm not talking about just the franchise Alien, I'm talking about just aliens in movies. I don't find them to be relatable metaphors anymore, at least in a lot of films that have come out that are sci-fi related. Like, you had Annihilation that came out, and it was more philosophical than it was like #relatable. It made you think. It didn't make you feel like, oh, I get it. With aliens being relatable, and I'm gonna include like alien robots. I think one of the biggest examples for me of like aliens being relatable, it's for kids, but I think it still has a lot of worth today, and a lot of you should watch it if you've never heard of it or never watched it. And those of you who have seen it, rewatch it now. The Iron Giant. Now, this was like my favorite movie as a kid. I'm telling you now, it was my favorite movie to watch. It was the best thing. Anytime it came on Cartoon Network, I was there. And I think I liked it so much because I understood where the main character Hogarth was coming from. He felt very alone, very isolated, not in a creepy way, the creepy I'm so isolated way, very much in the I'm awkward at making friends sort of way. Then he ends up meeting this giant alien robot that came from the sky, and it forgets who it used to be, and Hogarth takes it upon himself to kind of befriend this alien, because what else are you gonna do? And they just have a blast, they learn a lot from each other, and he teaches the giant a lot about not just himself, but about life in general, which I thought was just the sweetest thing. I highly implore any of you who haven't watched it to watch it, because then you'll understand what I mean by aliens sort of being a relatable topic. It's relatable, and I also could relate to the giant feeling like very much an outcast in his own way, in in that he comes to a very strange new world and he has no idea how anything works. He's just awkward, but other people see him as a danger. And it's scary sometimes because that is a very relatable thing. And I think a lot of sci-fi movies that use aliens kind of have that as a metaphor in their own way, where aliens represent some sort of outcast or minority group to explain or try to have the audience empathize with them. I'm not going to get too deep. I'm just saying that that's a common thing that I've seen in a lot of films and I've read about in a lot of essays regarding sci-fi. Moving into the next question, who are the real aliens? Let's start listing off some of these movies, right? And let's try to find an understanding of who are the real aliens in these films. A Trip to the Moon, The Day the Earth Stood Still, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, The Blob, Superman, Alien, Predator, Star Wars, Star Trek, E.T., Coneheads, The Thing, Men in Black, Pitch Black, War of the Worlds, Avatar, Annihilation. In a lot of these movies, right, and they're very much sprawled. They're from all sorts of genres. You know, not all of them have the same sort of themes, but you can kind of tell what the overall theme usually is. It's always an us versus them situation, usually. And it could be in a funny way. In other ones, you still have this very archaic theme where it is the fear of the unknown, or that we just don't know how to handle dealing with an extraterrestrial being. A lot of people have taken the typical road, which is freak out at first, then become friends with it, and if it ends up being evil, then like we kill it. But then you have the other side of things where people just aren't impressed. You know, it's an interesting thing. I guess I could understand, like, there's an alien dropping down in front of me and being like, show me to your leader, and then I'm like, I guess. I mean, I don't know if you want that, but you can meet him if you want. The idea of like who are the real aliens is a very interesting theme to explore, but I just don't think that we really go into it that deep. I think Annihilation definitely tried to. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, that plays completely on the fear of the unknown, where we're only looking from our point of view as Earthlings, because that's really all we can do. And we're terrified of the idea of an invasion of people that we don't understand. That at the end of the day, that's what it does represent. My last and final question for all you wonderful, wonderful UFO lovers out there, right? If there was some sort of UFO, you know, that everybody sees, that it makes it known that yes, there are live extraterrestrials out there. Yes, they have come to our planet. Yes, they have made contact, okay? If that were to happen, what would be your immediate reaction? Because I can imagine myself just being like, yes, this would happen. And I wouldn't really mean it in a bad way. I just wouldn't be sure whether I should be like super excited or just slightly terrified. You know what I mean? You know, if they just Thanos us out of existence, I had a good run. I had a good life. But if they wanted to just like know how to bowl or play hockey or ski or something, I'd be like, all right, they're just here to visit. Like, I don't see what the issue is. So tell me in the comments how you think an actual extraterrestrial visit, do you think it would cause absolute chaos? Are we excited, or is everybody trying to kill each other and also the aliens, which we don't really know a lot about, so we probably shouldn't provoke them? What do you think? Leave me your questions and your comments. Give me some sci-fi movies to check out. Specifically, give me some alien movies to check out, because I haven't really been on a binge like I usually have been on any recent stuff. So let me know if you've seen anything that's like really interesting, really good. Tell me about it. If you've seen a UFO, hit me up. You know, let's talk aliens. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys next week with another phenomena to explore. Bye.